It's a real shame, but we've come to the end of World Noir Volume 1. I'm only satisfied a little bit because I know that Volume 2 is coming next year at some point, and I simply can't wait to get my hands on that. Rounding off this set, we have The Facts of Murder with Pietro Germi as both the director and the star in this one. It's a police procedural. I absolutely adore police procedurals in general, so it was a joy to go into this one as we watch Detective Ingravaglio go into this mystery, digging into it. This is the kind of chief of police, and you kind of see him being the tip of an arrow as he leads his men into battle almost.
Scusi generale, ma dice qui il commendatore Anzaloni che non ha sentito nessun colpo.
Perbacco, il commendatore è il solo che non abbia sentito. 3 colpi, e il quarto purtroppo, forse il boss lo era ossidato.
He is a very driven character who's not above bullying and coercing information out of people when he has to. He has a strong sense of morality. He seems to almost instinctively know who is lying or telling the truth, and has a way of getting the information out of the characters. At the start of this one, we come to a robbery at an apartment block where someone gets away with a bunch of jewellery, or so it seems, and then later on, after that investigation has been concluded, which we see to go through the motions, someone is murdered at the scene of where the robbery took place, and we get to introduce all the characters again as we go through their different machinations of the day, what was leading up to this, why was someone murdered, and what ramifications does that lead for the rest of the characters in this.
Senta, io le garantisco che se lei non collabora glieli porto qui, in casa, tutti, ha capito? Tutti!
No, per piacere.
E allora si alzi e non faccia tante storie.
This film really delves into the procedural aspect. You follow almost all the investigations that Ingravaglio has throughout this, all the conversations, piecing information together, being a little bit frustrated, surrounded by his men who are sometimes buffoonish in element. There's always one which is eating, which to be honest I found to be particularly funny, because a lot of his interactions at crime sequences or in the station revolve around what he's eating at the time or what food he can get his hands on, which was just a little bit of levity to this one. But Pietro Germi as Ingravaglio is a driven individual, and you feel that in the film. He is tenacious. He studies everything, misses nothing, and is such a captivating character. Stoic in nature, he just kind of lingers around sequences with this steely stare through his shades as he kind of looks at people right into their very soul. It is a powerhouse of a performance.
Adesso le dirò io perché lei ha paura. Non è dei morti, no, lei ha paura di qualcuno vivo, di qualcuno che la cerca. Per questo non vuole aprire le finestre, per paura che qualcuno dalla strada si accorga che lei sta qui. Io le ripeto che non ho affatto paura. Bene.
I think the most impressive thing about this, other than the directing and the performance, is the mystery itself. It is staged expertly well, and we watch an almost blistering pace as Ingravaglio discovers information, discards red herrings, clutches onto wrong information, and we see him follow the case from start to finish as he follows the clues that lead up to him, ending up with a wonderful reveal which I just did not see coming whatsoever. It's a well-rounded story. It doesn't feel overly complicated. It doesn't feel easy to solve. It feels like a mystery that he just chooses the right path all the way through it to get the information. The way he interacts with people, the small subtle ways in which he changes his demeanour, his tact as he talks to these people, the roaming camera and the really busy sequences are wonderful, whether it be in the station as people are constantly moving about, in stairwells as people gather round as something awful has happened, and all these moving different parts really add a sense of frenzied pace to the film, which, you know, drives forward that almost ticking time bomb of a narrative. We need to find the killer. Everything needs to hurry up quickly. We need to get this solved. There is a time limit going on here, or it feels that way. Everything has a sense of urgency throughout.
Mi scusi, ho perso il controllo. No, Totò, non si può.
I loved the production design, the performances, the way the camera helped add a sense of speed and pace to the proceedings was just wonderful as well. And as I said, it's all down to that terrific performance at the heart of it by Pietro Germi as well. Here we are in the disc for the Facts of Murder. Let's go to the special features. First up, we have Mario Sesti. This is a newly filmed interview. Critic Mario Sesti discusses The Facts of Murder and Pietro Germi, shot exclusively for Radiance in August 2023. It's 46 minutes and 36 seconds, and it kind of follows his entire career, looking how he was involved in various genres, how it evolved throughout the years, kind of people he worked on, some big films that were critical hits for him. Next up we have The Man with a Cigar in His Mouth. An archival documentary by Mario Sesti features interviews with Germi's friends and collaborators, and I like this because it's a counterpoint to the previous extra where that was more about his career. This feels a little bit more personal. People are telling anecdotal stories about him, about the way he viewed his films as a more personable way to look at him, and I feel it's a great counterpoint to the previous extra. Next up, we have Paul A.J. Lewis. This is a new visual essay. It looks at the presence of noir trends in Italian cinema and the evolution of the genre. Now, I really like this because it focuses a lot on, well, to start with, what a noir is, and then noir throughout the Italian cinema, leading up to the giallo kind of phase as well. I felt there was lots of great information, and as usual with some of these things, I end up with a laundry list of movies that I now want to check out. And that's the extras for The Facts of Murder. We round off this set with another wonderful movie, although I'm not entirely sure it fits into noir as well as the other two. I do not care because it's another fantastic film. This is my favourite Radiance box set of the year. Absolutely outstanding and an incredible must own for anyone out there. So if you haven't picked this up as yet, why not? Get on it now. You are missing out on 3 tremendous movies that you need to see. I would love to know your thoughts on The Facts of Murder. So let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, or fall somewhere in the middle. I would like to know how you rank these 3 films as well if you've watched all 3. So yeah, drop that down there. We can have a little conversation about that. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.